Isn't this just awful? I sure do like abandoned places, but I don't like abandoning places. Yes, the apartment I lived in for 2 years caught on fire, and I was between places for a long time, and things have been really difficult. But, wow, hello, I am broadcasting from my new apartment, and I really like it. Woo! But I had to sign a 1-year lease for it. Boo! As you may know, that is pretty much the opposite of what I said I wanted to do and what my top priorities are for this coming year. I have an interest in getting off the grid and not signing things like leases anymore, but I have 11 months to go in New Orleans and I have a very clear idea in my head of what I want to do. And besides, I have a really nice apartment now, and I'm sure you have a really nice apartment too, but can your apartment do this? Please don't tell my landlord. Coming back to New Orleans and seeing how traditional buildings work has left me really disappointed. These building structures which serve no actual purpose other than to look a certain way, where I learned that you could design buildings in certain ways to have actual function, like not having to pay an electric bill or a water bill. And then of course there's the trash everywhere. People in New Orleans love to throw their trash where it doesn't belong. It's been really hard looking at that because I've seen trash used to build houses. But lately, I've been doing the best I can to reduce, reuse, and recycle stuff. The only problem with that is New Orleans doesn't recycle glass, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with all that. It's the best I could do, just be less wasteful and more conscious. Well, I'm in a city that does not care about any of that stuff at all. And I started composting too, which is kind of tricky at first, but I think I've got the hang of it. Another chapter of my life has begun. I'm still writing, and while I've been gone, I see that the channel has hit 200 subscribers, so I wanted to thank you guys very much. This video is also going to be me reading some of your comments and a couple of your questions. What's really cool is people have been leaving comments and subscribing even though I haven't been posting videos on a regular basis, and I wanted to thank you guys a lot for that. And unlike God with prayers, I am gonna go ahead and answer some of these directly for you. So stick around because I may be reading your comment, and if not, I have a little surprise for y'all at the end of the video. First comment comes from Love Townsend, who asks, have you made drawings of any of your characters or maps of places in your books? The short answer is yes, I have, but I am terrible at drawing. I could play a couple different instruments. I think I am a pretty good writer, but I can't draw anything besides penguins and sinks. What I do if I ever need any physical references for a character, I try to get a picture of someone who I think looks very similar to them. This one's from Bartillo, who says, cock sucker. Believe it or not, I have never performed fellatio on anybody. I decided to respond with, the gender, sexuality, and mating preferences and or goals of a person are not and should not be attempted to be used as insults. This runs from the video I made about Discordianism. This comes from Magus Sartori. As a devoted Eresian, I once had a vision of my goddess after eating a large burrito of frankly questionable quality. Eris appeared before me, lecturing and admonishing me for believing in goddesses, saying that they are clearly not real. She appeared to grow frustrated after a while, and she said to me that as my goddess, I am commanded to stop believing in goddesses. She then threw up her hands and sauntered off somewhere out of sight. I faithfully obeyed my goddess's command. I'm also pretty sure she stole my guac and chips. This is an awesome comment. If you don't know about Discordianism, it's basically the worship of the goddess Eris in the form of the second law of thermodynamics, aka chaos. This one comes from Corey Andrews, who is responding to a video I made about when art should be shipped. I wonder if artists would still create if they had no concept of an audience and or had no way of sharing. Do you need a social backdrop and viewers to finalize it as art? All interesting points. I think it's highly unlikely that I would be quite as creative as I am if I didn't have an audience or nobody was paying attention. Like if I was the last man on earth, probably wouldn't be working on that book still. Robin, none of your business, commented, you have lovely eyes. And I said, why thank you, but do you know my pupils are always 2 different sizes? It's true. Then Miss Angela Parker commented, weird, I paused your video and I read that comment about your pupils. Only was thinking, yeah, right. Begin to look, I can see perfectly that they are totally 2 different sizes. Does that affect the way you see? I don't know if I've mentioned it before on the channel, I'm sure at some point I have. I have really poor vision in my left eye. Corey Andrews again, commenting on my latest video, Discontinuity. He says, Godspeed. Love ya. I really appreciate the comment, Corey. I'm Still curious though, how fast is Godspeed? Zendrick111 commented on the Thought Program 3 video saying, I endorse this video. It's like a massage for the mind. Too bad I totally forgot about the Thought Program, huh guys? I think those were some great videos. This comment comes from EL, responding to my 25 questions about me tag. Out of some sort of random decision to read Nietzsche's Genealogy of Morals, I found myself here with more insight than anticipated, and a far deeper appreciation for philosophy in our society/world. Thanks for making awesome videos. Yeah, no problem, EL. I haven't done fried philosophy videos in a while, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. This is Mashimi commenting on the Discordian video I made. When someone asks me whether I believe in God, I respond that I believe in everything that human mind is able to conceive, which I think is a beautiful thought. This one comes from Tom, commenting on the video where I was naked to talk about the philosophical implications of nudism. Tom says, I've never seen a man with a beard. Well, you can grow one at least, and hairy arms with no chest hair. Well, I can tell you that I have. This one comes from Holden Costanza, who is commenting on my What is Starbloke video, where I explain where my wacky surname came from. Are you related to Professor Oak? I really wish I was, and I was really into Pokemon as a kid, and it felt really good for a while to have the last name Oak. This one comes from Mad Mystical Monk, who's commenting on the mom tag video where I introduced you guys to my mom. He says, your mother seems wise. My mom is a lot smarter than she thinks she is. Just like in the same way, I am a lot stupider than I think I am. This comes from Noor Reslan. A bit of a year and a half too late, but it's a shame you really haven't kept up a series like this. Just a few things of note. Fantastic summarization of the large core concepts that are hidden behind Nietzsche's characteristic convolution. Extremely friendly to those uninitiated with Nietzsche. But your visual and audio editing style is far too jarring to be able to keep up with the points you had made. I really appreciate your criticism, Nerd, because a lot of people just say, your jump cuts suck, bro. I do remember doing these videos and shooting them and editing them in a big hurry for some reason. And I like to think that 2 years later, my video quality is getting slightly better. As far as the Fried Philosophy series goes, I plan on continuing it. I have another Fried Philosophy video coming out before the end of the month, so I hope you are here to see this. That's all the comments I have to read for you today. I hope you will leave a comment below. I want to know who is still out there, who's still watching. And because you stuck around to the end, to celebrate my 200 subscriber special, I'm doing a book giveaway for my new psychological thriller. It is book 1 of Writer Serial Killer, and the link is going to be in the description below. Mark down to read on the writer page. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel for more of my antics. And if you want to take our relationship to the next level, please go to my website in the description below and check out my books, one of which you can get for free by signing up for my mailing list. This is Ryan Starbloke, and I implore you to have a good day.